Waste Arena for another Premier League match tonight. It's the Birmingham Brummies that are in town, and I have with me a young man who's reckons to be a sensation in the Premier League, Justin Sedgmen. Justin, you had a great start to the season, everybody was talking about it. What was the success of that? The bike or you?
No, I think it was a little bit of me really. I think I haven't changed much since last year, just a couple of new engines, but other than that, I was just in the winter, just went home and just really trained hard and, you know, put a lot of effort back into it. Got a lot of money behind me and basically just worked my butt off, and, you know, it's kind of paying off.
The real professional speedway rider, putting the hard work in.
Yeah, well, you got to, mate. If you want to achieve something out of the sport, like I don't want to be just a Premier League rider and just make decent money. I want to go to the top, and, you know, that's what you got to do. You got to put everything into it, and, you know, just keep at it, and hopefully one day it can pay off.
Now, you've had some doubling up with Swindon, haven't you? How have you enjoyed that?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good experience. Just got to keep going. Hopefully I'm full-time in the Elite League. I just got to have a good end to this season, and it'll be pushing for it, have a good Aussie title, and, you know, hopefully I'll be with Swindon or an Elite League club next year.
Now, the Brummies had a good start to the season and everybody thought, hello, championship contenders, but it's sort of dropped off a wee bit since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've had a few injuries. We've got Chris who broke his leg, which is really unfortunate, and then Aaron a couple of weeks ago broke his collarbone, so, you know, they're really good at home, and really, well, Chris and Aaron are pretty good away as well, so, you know, we're just got to keep at it, and, you know, we're putting a lot of effort in. It's got a good team, you know, Graham and Gary Patchett and Mick Bratley, they're doing a really good job, so, you know, we'll just keep at it and hopefully we'll come out on top. What
about tonight's match here then? How do you fancy your chances here?
Oh, we just got to put it in, you know. I think it's a track you kind of don't look forward to coming to, but if you just got to get here, make the most of it, and come out on top. Like Edinburgh come to us and they beat us, so hopefully we can turn it around.
Well, with that thought in mind, we'll let you get back to your bike. Thanks very much, Justin. Thank you.
Well, good evening to you and welcome to another EMTV Rewind. I hope you're all well and I hope you're keeping safe. Tonight, the What the Fork Monarchs should have been racing Redcar Bears in the championship. Instead, we go back to 2010 and the 16th of July when Birmingham came calling at Armadale. My name is Liam Rudden.
Yeah, and I'm John McGilvery. So 2010 proved to be the year of our third championship win. The team was also very exciting to watch, with riders like Ryan Fisher, Kalle, Katajisto and Andrew Tully displaying their skills. All three were to the fore when we played host to early season title favourites Birmingham on July the 16th. The Brummies stars were Jason Lyons, Steve Johnston and a very young Justin Sedgmen. Lining up for the Monarchs that night then, at number 1 it was Ryan Fisher, and at 2 Tobias Bush, at 3 Kevin Walbert, and at 4 Matthew Weathers, at 5 Andrew Tully, at 6 Cal McDade, and at 7 Kalle Katajisto. Liam.
Thanks John, and lining up for Birmingham that night we had Jason Lyons at number 1, it was rider replacement at number 2 for Aaron Summers, at number 3 it was Justin Sedgmen, Richard Sweetman was 4, with Steve Johnston at 5, Kyle Newman at 6 and Kenny Ingalls at 7. So without further ado, let's join Mike Hunter in the commentary box and let's go racing.
Well, it's top versus second tonight as things stand in the Premier League, so it could be very interesting. Neither team at full strength, but it could be a very good match. We're looking at heat 1 with Kenny Ingalls guesting on for the Brummies. He's on gate 1, Tobias Bush gate 2, Jason Lyons gate 3 and Ryan Fisher in gate 4. Bush away to a very poor start and Lyons leads from Fisher. Fisher comes steaming down the back straight but not quickly enough, he just lifted slightly. So the Brummies off to a good start. We've had a lot of rain this week, so the track might be in questionable condition. Seems so far that's riding okay. Bush trying to get to grips with Ingalls, but the American did well here for Workington a couple of weeks ago, or a month or so ago anyway, and he's looking quite handy here. Here comes Bush though, close. Lyons is beating Fisher quite easily, so that's a very good start for the veteran Aussie. And Ingalls has hung on in third, so the Brummies start with a race advantage. and they've made a habit this year of making very strong starts to the matches. Looks like they're going to do it here as well.
Last 2 laps, but it looked like Kenny Ingles may have got it on the line. So first blood to the Brummies, and coming out and taking a pause for an excellent win. Number 1 in line for the Brummies is Jason Lyons. Well done, Jason.
Gate 2 then, Kalle McDade, Gate 1. Gate 2, Kyle Newman, first time here. Kalle Katajisto, Gate 3. And Kenny Ingles, Gate 4. Kalle seems to be away well, and Cal's away well too, and he's taken Kenny Ingles out a wee bit. Kalle McDade in second at the moment. Can he stay on? He's sometimes thrown away these positions. Looking for a steady ride from the young Scot. Whoa! Newman's come a cropper, and he's not bothering to move. That's scandalous.
For the Monarchs there, number 2, Katajisto and Kalle McDade on a 5-1. It's Kalle Newman up the deck.
Well, here we go again. Kenny Ingles gets a second chance because Kalle Newman had a wee look and decided against rising. And although Katajisto's away again, and Kalle McDade almost cut off Ingles there, but not quite. Oh, Kalle, where are you going? Oh, he's off now. So Newman's performance has gained something for the Brummies. And young McDade needs to make sure that he stays on board. He doesn't seem to be going very fast. Kalle happily romping along, and Ingles has visited the fence as well, but managed to avoid crashing, and that's the race over. Kalle McDade's left to limp the last half lap. Whether he would have stayed on and got the paid win the first time, we'll never know. Gate 3, it's a strong Birmingham pairing. Justin Sedgmen, Gate 1, Matthew Weathers, Gate 2, Richard Sweetman, Gate 3, and Ryan Fisher, Gate 4. And the Brummies have gated. Fisher going for the wide outside, Weathers looking for the inside. Fisher lifts and comes through on the inside. Down comes Sweetman on his own as far as I could see. And the race stopped. Sweetman out. Heat 3 once more without Richard Sweetman. Again, Sedgmen away like a rocket. Fisher might get round him though, he has. Sedgmen hanging on to second, although Matthew Weathers was looking for a way through on his favourite inside line. Sedgmen had a bad meeting here last year, but I don't think he was fit. Weathers again looking for that inside run, and he's just short. Here he comes though. That time he's through. And an impressive pass by the Monarchs captain following the number 1. And they appear to have shaken the visitor off this time. That's an excellent effort by that pair. First rider replacement ride for Walbert goes well, and the Monarchs lead by 4.
Making a good start, sweeping around the outside of Justin Sedgmen, taking the lead. Trouble for Brummies with Matthew Weathers right inside, and he went high in the front, kick at the top straight 4, shot along the home straight.
Heat 4, Kenny Ingalls, Kalle Katajisto, Steve Johnston and Andrew Tully. Kalle and Jono contesting the lead, and a brilliant first bend by Johnston takes him to the front. Very experienced rider. Kalle's come through though. Excellent inside move by the Finn, and now Andrew Tully's looking for the inside run, and he's got it. Swept past. Super riding by Tully as well, and that'll be a bit of a shaker for the Brummies. And the Monarchs pull clear. Two all-action home riders are miles clear of Johnston now. Absolutely miles ahead. That was perhaps a really telling race. We'll see what happens, but I think that Brummie heads could go down after that one. Steve Johnston swept aside by the two young Edinburgh men. That was very impressive indeed.
Johnson didn't have enough to hold him. Andrew Tully as he came out on the second man shot the inside. Johnson the backside. It's the second back. So we play the noise. For leader by Andrew Tully. The leader blue Kalle Katajisto.
Gate 5, Kalle Katajisto takes the rider replacement this time for Walbert. Gate 2 is Kyle Newman again, his second ride. Matthew Weathers on Gate 3, and the impressive winner of the opening race, Jason Lyons, is on Gate 4. And Weathers and Lyons contesting the lead. And it's Lyons who's gone ahead with a very good first corner. Terrific by Jason. It looked as though Matthew might have beaten him out at the start, but Jason just made no mistakes with that burst around the outside, and he looks as impressive as he ever has here. He's beaten Ryan Fisher comfortably, and now he's heading Kalle, who doesn't lose many races around here either. He's very fast. Well, that was an incredible ride by Lyons, and he's going to take some stopping.
This period in heat number 5, Lyons hit the front. Kalle Katajisto trying everything he could for the first couple of laps. Jason showed all his skill and experience to keep the young whippersnapper at bay. Take the race win there in heat number 5. Some good stuff from Jason, and he's heading it back to the...
Come on. spotted in blue by Matthew Weathers. In white.
Steve Johnston, Ryan Fisher, Kenny Ingalls and Tobias Bush. And I think Bush has made a start this time. Gone with Fisher to the first corner. Monarchs on a 5-1 here. And we've seen how well Bush can go when he gets out the start. Fisher will just clear off and leave him to ride his own race. Tobias can do the job. He's lifted there though. And that's let Johnston close in. Brummies brought Kenny Ingalls in here, presumably to beat Tobias Bush, they hoped. At the moment, it's not happening. Monarchs into the last lap. Fisher roaring round. He'll have another go at Jason Lyons later on. But this time, terrific ride by Tobias Bush gets him second place ahead of Steve Johnston, who's underachieving so far for the Brummies, and the Monarchs move into a 12-point advantage.
Well done to Tobias Bush. All right there, making sense to hope the experienced Steve Johnston. Right, Fisher, no doubt about him, he was out the tracks and away for 4 laps. All eyes were on Tobias Bush. He was tall, but just that surprise stuff from the leader made by Fisher. It was partly blue to Tobias Bush.
Heat 7, first TR for the Brummies. On the inside it's Andrew Tully, Justin Sedgmen, Kalle and Richard Sweetman. And it's Sweetman who's on the TR, and Tully's completely made a hash of the start. He's got himself into second. And he might get himself into first, he has. Well, that didn't take long after a very bad start indeed. Beautiful riding by Andrew Tully. He seems to be finding that inside line very profitable. Brummies will get an advantage here, but not much of a one. Thanks to a super ride by Andrew Tully from the back, winning comfortably in the end, but it's a 5-3 to the visitors.
Justin Sedgmen takes the win. The advantage does go away of the Brummies. Well done to the rider.
Gate 8, Kalle Katajisto, Gate 1. Gate 2 is Kenny Ingalls. Tobias Bush in Gate 3, and Justin Sedgmen takes the rider replacement right here. And Bush has come to a halt, and it's Katajisto going ahead, chased by Sedgmen. And there's the chain of Tobias Bush being thrown onto the centre. Good ride second time out, but that one's down the drain for him. Katajisto giving it welly. What might have been for Tobias. Another win for Kalle though, by a long way, and the Monarchs lead stays at 10 points. 9 Weathers, Johnston, Tully and Newman. And Tully's away, I think. Johnston coming round Weathers, but not quite. And Matthew Weathers slots into second. We haven't seen much from Jono yet. He's having a go here though against his fellow Aussie. Looking for a gap on the outside, not quite getting there. Matthew doesn't often get taken from the back. Tully really scorching. He's half a lap ahead of the popping and banging Kyle Newman. And he's roared round there. That's a great ride by Tully. And Weathers backs him up for the 5-1, and Monarchs turning the screw a bit here. They're 14 up now.
Thomas full laps from both Weathers, stating a 5-1 for the Speedway Monarchs.
Gate 10, Katajisto comes in for Bush and goes off gate 1. Gate 2 is Sweetman, gate 3 is Fisher, gate 4 is Sedgmen. Fisher's made a poor start, and it's Sedgmen who leads. Fisher comes careering into second spot, with Katajisto in third, and the two Monarchs locking up. Justin Sedgmen looking quite handy there, more so than his partner. Fisher trailing him, right on his back wheel, going for that wide line. So certainly some drive there. Is there enough room? Fisher going for the outside move. Almost up alongside. Once again very wide. Oh! Last bend coming up. Fisher locks up and cuts up the inside. And he got it, I think. I would give that to Fisher by half a wheel. It was a great race and a real old-style chase from Ryan Fisher. He's tended to do it from the gate a lot this season. I think he got it.
Justin Sedgmen is doing his wheelies and he thinks he's won in number 10. So the one man in the middle does know his name.
Jason Lyons off gate 1. Andrew Tully's in gate 2, Steve Johnston's the rider replacement, and Kalle Katajisto in gate 4. Tully's completely messed up the start, and the two most experienced Brummies are in front. Although Tully has come under Lyons like a train there, but he hasn't made it. So in spite of the Monarchs' changes, Brummies are on an 8-1 or thereabouts. Tully's been brilliant so far. He's got himself in a badly positioned there. Johnston hadn't done anything so far, but of course with Lyons backing him up, it's a different matter. Tremendous tactical race by the Brummies. Here comes Tully again on that inside line, but he hasn't made it. Johnston and Lyons on the last corner. Johnston swings very wide, but they get the 8-1. Well, the changes didn't work for the Monarchs, and the experience of the Brummies paid off there in terrific style. They did very, very well. A great ride by Jason Lyons, absolutely classic.
The tricky part was making sure Lyons got over the line first to take the full 6 points, which he did. And it's a big 8-1 to the Birmingham Brummies.
Well, the Brummies have opened up their chances again. This one, it's Kenny Ingles on gate 1, Matthew Weathers gate 2, Justin Sedgmen gate 3, Kalle McDade on gate 4. And Ingles has made a start, so's McDade, but he's going to fall. He has fallen. Weathers leads, and Sedgmen taking advantage of the situation to slow down, thinking he might get a rerun. That didn't work. McDade was away well there, but always looked likely to fall. Sedgmen was baulked fractionally. No more than that. Weathers wins the race, and that's important. Sedgmen limping around, he's going to have a moan at the referee, I think. Shared race. Gate 13, and the Brummies have their 8-1 pairing out again in this one. No TRs, of course, this time, but it's Ryan Fisher on gate 1. It's Jason Lyons, who's been majestic so far on gate 2. It's Andrew Tully on gate 3, and it's Steve Johnston on gate 4. Lyons has lifted that time and not made such a good start, unless he can come through here, which he might. He has. They're on a 5-1. Nearly. Tully's come to a halt. Fisher's going for that outside line and dicing with possible problems. Johnston's certainly come alive in the last few races. Fisher's got Lyons on his tail. Sensational race once again. Fisher's not in the right position here, I don't think. He could lose out in this one. He's getting himself into some very awkward positions. Coming ferociously up the inside, very nearly running into Johnston. What a battle. This is incredible stuff. Where's he going to finish up? Once again, Fisher locks up and gets it. Oh my God, that was unbelievable. What a win by Fisher as he punches the air. That is incredible. What a ride. What a race that was. Same tactic once again by Fisher. Last bend cutback and the most sensational win. Absolute brilliance. Richard Sweetman, Kalle Katajisto, Kenny Ingles and Matthew Weathers. Kalle away well from gate 2, Weathers slightly awkwardly placed on the outside, but he's worked his way around the outside of Ingles and into second behind his partner. Richard Sweetman hasn't come up to expectations tonight, he's at the back again. And if the Monarchs can finish where they are, they'll have wrapped up all the points. Better not speak too soon. Kenny Ingles putting in a challenge. into the last lap. Kalle Katajisto. Perhaps not his best home meeting, but he finishes with a crucial victory as he stops going over the line, and Matthew Weathers has to be wary. But a 5-1 there, that means the Monarchs now lead by 13, so everything's safe. Ryan Fisher's ride in heat 13 still making the hairs stand up on the back of the neck, and that really had a lot to do with setting up the situation that's just been completed by Matthew and Kalle. Monarchs take all 3 points and soar away at the top of the league.
Okay, just before Heat 15, let me jump in here and remind you that if you have any shout-outs or mentions, you can email John and myself at johnandliam@edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. That's John and Liam at edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. That's also the address to send your questions to for Sunday Lunch, which this week is with Richie Worrell. All the Sunday Lunch interviews are now uploaded and available to watch on the EMTV page of the official club website. John.
Big thanks as always go to What the Fork, and a special thanks we'll say this week to Gordon and Graham Campbell for helping put all these videos together, and of course to Mike Hunter, who we couldn't do this without Mike. He hasn't chosen a match for Tuesday yet, so stay with us and we'll see what match Mike chooses for Tuesday. Catch up with that on social media. Join us then from 12 o'clock on Sunday for Sunday Lunch with Richie Worrell. Stay safe and enjoy Heat 15.
Well, Heat 15 is for pride only. We've seen a great match tonight. Let's hope for a good finish. Matthew Weathers, Justin Sedgmen, Ryan Fisher and Jason Lyons. Sedgman's made another excellent start. Fisher took Lyons quite wide there, and it's Sedgmen just, although Fisher barges through as they hit the pits corner. Weathers lost a lot of ground at the start there. Fisher's heading for the fence again, but he's got it turned. I think Jason Lyons is settling for where he is this time. He's been magnificent tonight. Sedgman's come into a better match as the match has gone on. Matthew Weathers miles behind here. Not sure what's the matter with him. Ryan Fisher beaten in Heat 1, produced 2 incredible last bend passes, Heat 13 being one of the best races I've seen here, and Fisher finishes with a win. Matthew Weathers rides back into the pits and that brings the match to a close with a shared race. Monarchs winning 54-41, but a very enjoyable fixture indeed with some really good racing, and Birmingham giving everything they've got, but the Monarchs really in great form, I thought. Birmingham can point to the absence of Aaron Summers and Chris Kerr. If they come back here in the playoffs with a full team, it might be a different story. Great stuff from Fisher. Well, that's been a smashing match we've seen tonight. Between the first and second, Monarchs looked very much the better side most of the time, but the Brummies fought very hard. Had they been at full strength, they might have got even closer, but there was some great racing along the way, and two sides totally committed to doing well. On the Monarchs side, there's Matthew telling a wee speech, but got the microphone too close to his mouth, I think. On the Monarchs side, Ryan Fisher got 17 from 6. Really superb performance by Fisher. 2 of the best wins from the back you'll ever see. So determined. Tobias Bush, 2 and 1 from 3, I'm afraid, and yet he looked good in the race that he did score points in. Matthew Weathers, 10 and 4 from 6. Pretty solid most of the time. Andrew Tully, 9 and 1 from 5, some excellent races early on, and then fell away a wee bit. Cal McDade, too inclined to tumble, 1 from 3, and Kalle Katajisto most of the time very good, 15 from 7 for Kalle. On the Brummies side, Jason Lyons I thought was totally magnificent, 14 and 2, including a 6-pointer, a couple of thirds at the end, but he was right in there, certainly in heat 13 anyway, and performed brilliantly. Justin Sedgmen got 9 and 2 from 6. Richard Sweetman was very disappointing, 4 from 4, all scored in the one race. Steve Johnston got 7 and 1 from 5 and started very slowly. Kyle Newman 0 from 3, and Kenny Ingles 7 and 1 from 7. With Kerr and Summers, as I said, it could have been a different story, but the Monarchs have got over this hurdle in style, and they top the league by a substantial margin at the moment. I think we're looking for Ryan Fisher's got the Monarch of the match. It had to be, and that's it then. Good night from Armadale.
Ryan Fisher